Olori Naomi is set to return back into the palace. Yes, so my people, what we have been waiting for God knows how long is finally happening. It's finally taking place, and this time around, it is happening like live and direct for us to see. Yes, so Olori Naomi is ready to return back into the palace based on the development that we have had thus far, considering the fact that all the Oloris are out of the palace. They only have ordered the lockdown of the Olori quarters, and at the same time, these women are currently displaced all over Ife because the statement that Olori Shakinat made, the wife to Oba Elegushi, the statement she made was that it is so unfortunate that Miriam and the other Oloris have now been shattered and scattered all over Ile Ife. But what she wanted for her was for her to live a better life. But Miriam said, no, I will go ahead and chase clouds. And now the clouds are chasing her instead. So my people right now know this matter as drum rolls. When Olori Naomi came in, only when she came into the palace before they went to pick Prince Tadenikawo, we heard of how congratulations were coming in from different set of persons. Like everybody was congratulating her, and it was indeed a thing of joy. It was indeed something that everyone would want to congratulate Naomi, because yes, this is what we have been waiting for. This is what everybody has been looking out for. This is exactly what people want, and it is finally happening. It is finally happening. So right now, no, my people, you'll be wondering, so what are the demands that Olori Naomi is making from the Ooni? Naomi is one person who, no matter what happens, she maintains her stand. The last time Naomi was meant to return back into the palace, the woman was down with coming back into the palace. But the most and the top concern on her returning back into the palace was the fact that she didn't want to walk back into a polygamous home with her son, Prince Tedenikawo, and then all of a sudden it will turn into fight here, fight there, and the little boy is witnessing. So Naomi was on an opinion, and she was more on a legal ground that if all the other Oloris, like all of them could stay out of the palace. That was what resulted to the building of the Olori quarters. And since then, it has just been Naomi maintaining her stand, going by what she wants, and all of those things. So right now, Naomi still has a few demands, certainly what she wants from the Oni. And what Olori Naomi wants is simple. Naomi wants to come back into the palace, not come back today, then tomorrow she will hear that there have been a reconciliation, and then every other Olori is coming back into the palace. No, she doesn't want that. If the Oni would do whatsoever he has done just to get her back, then resolve the issues afterward, that is not what she is signing up for. And then because Olori Naomi gets to think very, very well. This woman, she reasons well, she questions herself before she does a lot of things. And it is beginning to be a thing of joy how Naomi calculates her stuff, because right now the Oni putting all his wives out of the palace. The wives he took his money, he went to marry. All the wives he paid a bride price for, paid all the dowry, paid every single thing, and brought them into the palace. On a particular morning, then he would, ask them to leave, including the mother of his twins. Apparently, there have been no proof, that a valid proof, or they have not used all the proof they have gathered against Tobi Phillips, so she still remains a legal wife to the Oni. And as of now that we still speak, those children still belong to the Oni, because we have not heard anything further, despite the evidence that everybody seemingly gathered concerning the twins. So my people right now know it is beginning to be a thing that worth questioning. Naomi ought to question, because the last time the women of Ile-Ife spoke on this matter, they said they love the fact that the Oni makes the right moves. But what they want from him is simple. When he makes these moves, let the right actions be taken as well. Yes, when he makes these moves like this, let the right actions follow too. And then, it became like, Okay, the one is a king that says and doesn't do it, and that is what they don't want. They want a king that says and do it. The way people will call and want a talk and do king. That is what they want of the Oni. Yes, it was quite a hard demand, but right now the Oni is beginning to prove to them that yes, he is that king who can actually say and do it. Because gradually, as days passes by, you will begin to understand that the Oni allowed all the Oloris in the palace to fool themselves to their doom. Yes, they fooled themselves to their end. And as it is right now, they are all facing the consequences of their action. All of them, they are facing the consequences of their action. They are facing all they did that in fact, they are facing all the wrong deeds. Every single thing they should not have done, they are facing it. So right now, no, as a whole matter come take be, no matter what happens, Olori Naomi ought to ask the question she's asking. What happens tomorrow? What happens tomorrow becomes very, very important because marriage is a lifetime stuff. Yes, till the earth swallows you. Yes, till it takes you back to the dust form that you were brought, you remain in that marriage. And someone like Olori Naomi, as it is now, it is obvious that she cannot even get a divorce from the Ooni again because her first divorce attempt failed. The second one, as we are seeing right now, is the one that the Ooni objected. Yes, he bluntly objected it. And what will she do? Will she force the Ooni to sign? Yes, the same way the Ooni is forcing all his wives. In fact, even begging them, come and sign divorce. So may I not do again. May I not do again. So as it is right now, it is only right that Olori Naomi gets to know answers to a lot of things she ought to know. Because these things can be very tactic. Tomorrow, they will play the cards different. And everybody will be like, who is at the losing end now? Naomi serves a God that doesn't fail. So don't play on her to make it look like she doesn't know what she is doing. Yes, that's exactly it. Because everything is just happening exactly when these two pastors came out to give a prophecy. That's how every single thing started happening, Pastor Tibetan and Jerry Easy. Because according to the words Pastor Jerry Easy said to her was that you will see the victory from this day forward. The Lord has fought your battle. And then the thing happened like Nollywood movie, sharply. Or the Olori should leave the palace. Next, this, next, that. So it's worth asking. Olori Naomi ought to ask. She ought to ask all of these questions to know. So right now we are waiting for the answer that the Oni would give her. Yes, that's the answer we are waiting for. Because that answer determines a lot of things. Determines if Naomi is going to willingly, happily pack her things and come back, or she will take a different turn or find some means of taking her son out of the palace. Because as we speak, Tedenikawo is currently in the palace awaiting his mother's return into the palace.